Palestinian Columbia activist.
A federal appeals panel in New York reverses a lower court decision ordering the release of pro-Palestinian activist Mohsen Madawi, a legal permanent resident, opening the door to his re-arrest. Madawi is a student protest organizer who the Trump administration spent more than a year trying to deport. He's been appealing a removal order in immigration court. In their unanimous decision Tuesday, the panel found the federal judge overstepped by intervening before the case moved through immigration courts. The ruling mirrors a separate appellate panel's decision earlier this year against Mahmoud Khalil, a former classmate of Madawi's at Columbia University. Julie Walker, New York.
There's pushback by the Smithsonian to the White House over a report that says its leadership can't be trusted.
The report described Anthea Hartig and other Smithsonian leaders as radical activists.
We unwaveringly attest that it does not fairly or accurately characterize the full body of work at the museum.
Hartig's testimony before a House committee comes after a report released on the 4th of July said the American History Museum doesn't tell history in a way that is inspiring and unifying. The report is part of President Trump's efforts to reshape the stories of America told by cultural institutions controlled or influenced by the federal government. Hartig said the Smithsonian does not take sides in America's political debates. Ed Donahue, Washington.
Tropical storm Bertha is expected to weaken in the Gulf as it chugs closer to the U.S., but forecasters say it could still bring coastal flooding and heavy rain from the Florida Panhandle to Louisiana. On Wall Street, the Dow by 385 points, the Nasdaq rose 329, the S&P 500 advanced 65. This is SRN News. A freed Chinese pastor speaks.
Ezra Jin is living in California after spending almost a year in prison for running an underground church in China, finally being set free after President Trump urged Chinese leader Xi Jinping to do so. Jin says the Communist Party has no reason to fear believers, telling the Wall Street Journal, quote, "These Christians love their nation. They only want to worship God peacefully according to the Bible and to serve others, especially the poor, the disabled, and the elderly."
Topics and issues that'll make you think. The lines are open. You can reach me at 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563.
It's the Joe Messina Show.
Well, that helps. Welcome back to another session of Sanity right here on the Joe Messina Show. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, and truly be part of the solution. Not kind of, sort of. I want you part of the solution. Okay? It's really that simple. And I appreciate the time that you're spending with me here on the air and in the chat room and texting and tweeting and engaged. But you got to do more than that. You got to get involved. You got to walk it, talk it, be part of it. Do you know what I mean by that? Okay. Probably not, but whatever. And I got to tell you guys too. The other thing is you need to. This is election season. Oh, it sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? Election season, like we're going to grow something. We want to make sure that you look at these candidates for real. Do not sit in your chair and go, okay, this guy, I don't like he's got this tattoo on his chest, but I'm going to vote for him because he's not them. No, you guys do that. You know you do it. Lots of you do it. Right? Not right. Not what you should be doing. You need to find the best person for the job. Really that simple. And if you got somebody really, really nasty like that, why would you vote for them? I know I'm on a little diatribe against some of our Republicans. I mean, they're not us. When you look at them, and 65% of the time, they're voting alongside or reverse of your ideology, then what? Right? 855 Real Joe. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. Love it when you are. Right? Love it when you're part of. So, Trump says U.S. will hit Iran's Pixax Mountain very heavily. I was just talking about this today with a group of guys that do pay attention. And so I think this is, and I'm going to ask the general when he comes on. He'll be on with us after the break. I think that Trump needs to go in there and finish this job. No more, I don't know how to say it. No more breaks. Stop giving these people a break. They don't need a break. They use it to go pull out their ballistic missiles or whatever missiles they got. We keep hearing, and again, I'm not beating on the president totally. We were told this stuff was wiped out, that they couldn't respond, that there's things they could do. And what are they doing? They're doing them. Trump says the U.S. will hit Iran's, what is this called? Pickaxe Mountain very heavily. Soon as Israel intelligence suggests Iran's rebuilding nuclear program. Now, he said we'll be hitting that area very probably pretty soon. What's you want, a date and time? And there's not a thing they can do about it. Right? Nothing. So Trump said that, noting that normally I wouldn't say that. If I thought they could do something about it, I would never say that. But we'll be hitting that pretty hard. I mean, I know we're back to the pseudo bloviating here, right? He previously threatened that we're going to take out Pickaxe Mountains, tell the Iranians to be ready. That was on a Hugh Hewitt show a while back. He doubled down on Tuesday. He needs to follow through on these things. He noted that Iran's moving of nuclear centrifuges to the location on the ground doesn't mean anything unless they have the material. We follow the material. That's where the action is, he said. So one reporter said, do you believe that Iran has moved nuclear centrifuges into Pickaxe Mountain? And when you say we're not done yet, what is left to finish? He responded to it, I think they may have. We don't have it on record. All we do is read the fake news. So maybe this one is they have it right, but it's okay. It doesn't mean anything unless they have the material. You're talking about the centrifuges. Doesn't mean anything unless they have the material they need. We follow the materials out where the action is, sorry. And we'll be hitting that area very probably pretty soon, and there's not a thing they can do about it. Normally I wouldn't say that. But I thought they could do something about it. I would never say that, but we'll be hitting that area pretty soon, pretty hard. Israel's intelligence had reportedly assessed that Iran has moved thousands of nuclear centrifuges into a site in the nation's area. Look, we have bunker busters. We need to use them. Not be afraid to light it up, if you would. Right? The Pixax site was not targeted at that time. It hasn't been hit since the start of a more intensive U.S.-Israeli air campaign. Since February, actually. So, I think, again, we're going to talk to the general. He's got more information on this stuff than I do. He understands other stuff more than I do. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code USA, or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328. Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229. 800-734-1229.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
Never mind, dear. Chin up. That's right, both of them. Yeah.
We're back at it. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, and be part of the solution. Right? I so much appreciate the time you're spending with me. I mean, seriously. There's so many other stations you could be watching and doing. You've chosen this one, and I thank you for that. But I try to bring you the truth. I try to bring you something that you can sink your teeth in, take the facts, take them back to your friends, and have decent conversations with them. I mean, real conversations, frankly. And I know it's hard to do when you're bombarded with news all day long, but I'm working at it to bring something to you that you can work with. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Let me bring him on. General Paul Vallely, retired General Paul Vallely, joins me as he does from time to time, so we can get the real information, not from the fake news, but from him as to what's going on in Iran and other areas. And General, thanks for being with me.
Okay, Joe, it's always a pleasure. I really enjoy your show.
Thank you. And I think we have a lot of fun too, because I don't have to worry about checking what you say. I know you're all over it, and I know you know what's happening, and I don't have to try to parse it out and figure it out. That's what makes it great for me. All right.
Great.
I was with a group of men today. We were talking about the war in Iran and what's going on. Yep. And the question kept coming back around, what does the president do? Where is he at right now? Does he try to get out of this, back out of it? How does he finish it off? Where are we in 60 or 90 days?
Well, it's a great question. Of course, we're all looking for answers right now. We've been 4 months into this conflict, and it's a situation where we're trying to free that nation up for its people, but at the same time, we're trying to eliminate, which we have already, by the way, the threat as far as nuclear weapons. I think they've all been buried. So I think from that standpoint, we have to. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I just got interrupted. Anyhow, I think we have to look at it as a situation of what do we do now? How do we close this out? That's the big question. Well, we're very close to it, I can tell you. I've been getting some very good feed on intelligence today, and there's a couple things that are occurring now. In addition to the 9 nights now, the Iranians have faced attacks on military facilities and so on. But it is now time, and I think several of the generals you see on television agree with me, that it's time that we have to conduct limited operations on the ground in order to remove the regime. If we do not remove the regime, we haven't done the job. Now, we don't have to, in the term boots on the ground, you have to understand what that means in today's warfare. What it means is we take out specific targets on the ground. Karg Island would be an example where we put Marines in and special ops to take that territory of Karg Island for a period of time, completely make sure that the Sea of Hormuz is open and the ships aren't being attacked. And we've passed over 900 ships just in the last 2 weeks, as I understand, through the strait. So they're basically open. We control it. But these Islamic leaders in Tehran are going to try to extend this, and they think they can outlast us by agreeing with certain things, and then they disagree, and they don't really abide by any type of agreements that may be laid out by the Secretary of State and so on. So I think we're nearing an end now, but I think you are going to see what, and I don't use boots on the ground, I use special operations, takedowns of specific targets. I also think you're going to see the Israelis involved in this last phase. So we are in the last phase.
Well, again, some of the questions that were brought up today was like, why does he keep talking about a ceasefire or negotiations? They haven't one time have they done what they said they were going to do. And
he's really not.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say he's really not talking about that. He knows that's over. That's history. Trump realizes that now. You got to go with what I just discussed.
Now, do you
Specific
think
operations on the ground?
Well, in the past, when I was talking to these guys, I said, look, I think he was getting bad information like he got the first time around. You've taught me that he's got a bunch of generals that haven't been battle tested yet. And are these guys the ones telling him to go with the ceasefire or try to do this or try to do that?
No, I can tell you we've gotten rid of most of those generals. The generals that we have right now are the best that America has. There's not any better in the world than the generals and admirals we have now. And the ranks down to power, that's Marines, Air Force, Navy, or so on. We have a good team in there now. It's a solid team. They do their homework. They do good planning, as we can see just what's been done in the past few months to eliminate a very large country like Iran, bring them to their knees. They're 95% to their knees right now. All the money's been cut off. They have no money to buy anything. They are buying some things which come across the borders from other countries just to keep alive. But they're basically in the last period of existence.
When you say I know what you mean by boots on the ground and special ops, but what's the chances if you're first of all you had told me that the Irani people, they don't have any weapons to fight back with. I mean, we need to get weapons to them. And as far as boots on the ground goes, shouldn't we try to work a coalition with the other Arab nations to try to get them?
Yeah, that's a good point, Joe. And I've recommended that to Trump that we use the Saudis and the UAE. They have very good armies. They have good air forces. We have been building their capability for decades, particularly Saudi Arabia. And I recommended they use the Saudis to take and secure Karg Island, for example, and the other islands that are down the northern part of the Sea of Hormuz. That's what I would do. And then I would work our special ops, our civic affairs people to go in and really put together a coalition of leaders. And there are some retired generals from the Iranian army who will take charge if we give them the support. So there are people in the country now that are preparing for that. They need us to be there with them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It's as you can imagine, there was all this stuff was coming up today. Trump has told us that the Air Force has been decimated, their Navy's been decimated, their ability to fight back has been decimated. We'll deal with this. We'll deal with this on the other side of the break. Don't go far. A lot more coming up. General's going nowhere. A lot of good information. We'll be right back.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's homeownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control: making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At easyplans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
America's News Update, I'm John Schaefer. The government shutdown is now in its fourth week, hitting millions of Americans. On Saturday, food assistance funding will run out for more than 40 million people. Flight delays are also rising, with more than 1,000 reported today as air traffic control faces staffing shortages. The Senate failed to pass a short-term spending bill for the 13th time. A new report shows strong private sector job growth over the past 4 weeks. ADP says preliminary data indicates an average of more than 14,000 jobs added per week through October 11th, a big improvement from September. Due to the government shutdown, ADP will now release 4-week employment averages every Tuesday. Hurricane Melissa is pounding Jamaica, marking one of the strongest landfalls on record in the Atlantic. The storm is bringing life-threatening flooding, heavy rainfall, and landslides across the western part of the island.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I got to fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
Never mind, dear. Chin up. That's right, both of them. Yeah.
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. I appreciate the time you're spending with us here on the air, in the chat room, texting and tweeting, and being truly part of the conversation. So, retired Major General Paul Vallely joins me as he does pretty much every week or every other week. Try to get an update as to what's going on in the Middle East, what's happening. Trying to help you weed through all the fake news, real news, and kind of sort of fake news. So, General, again, always a pleasure to have you with me. I do appreciate the time you're with me.
Thank you, Joe.
So we were talking before the break. I said to you that one of the conversations I had with people today was, you know, the president told us the Air Force had been decimated, the Navy had been decimated, really didn't have the ability to fight back anymore, that their weapons had been decimated, and yet we're still seeing, you know, strikes on the ships in the Straits, and we're still seeing bombs actually being launched from Iran. So give us a skinny on that one.
Well, we've taken out the major targets and their major capability. They have buried a lot of weapons, particularly along the border there on the north side of the Sea of Hormuz. They put a lot of things underground. And so we're attacking a lot of the overground situations like, I would say, barracks of the Iranian National Guard, taking out the installations on intelligence information, taking out many of the leaders, which the Israelis did. They're prepared to move to the next phase right now, by the way. So they've been damaged greatly. Their economy is zero right now. It was very smart of President Trump to invite in the president of Lebanon today and try to isolate them from Hezbollah, which is a supported group that the Iranians have supported for years. That's how the Iranians conducted their operations, through these surrogates. And like the Houthis, they're threatening now to close the Suez Canal. So our militaries are quite aware of everything's going on the ground. We look down, see down 24 hours a day. We can see everything that moves. We've destroyed a lot of bridges so that the military can't move from point A to point B. So a lot of these operations, we'll see the results of basically taking away the majority of the capability. Now, you can still say, well, they still have rifles. They can still shoot you. They could have shoulder-fired missiles. Sure, they still have some of that equipment. They're going to use it if they can. But any kind of operation, you can't really destroy 100%, but you got to move for them to give up. That's the key thing. Logically, we give up. We can't fight anymore, and that's the phase we're in right now.
Interesting. And again, it's the average person doesn't understand these things. They don't understand what's going on and what have you. All right, couple quick things too that were mentioned today was the oil that comes through the Straits. Why does that affect us so much when we're getting, or we can get, oil from Argentina? Or Venezuela?
It's not affecting us at all. Yeah, it's not affecting us at all.
Why do our oil prices go up when they stop the ships?
Well, that's the markets. They're run out of Singapore and they're run out of London. And these are the dealers, and they move the market. You know, it's like the stock market. So they move that around. They hear some news. They make money when the market goes up. They make money when the market goes down. So a lot of that is manipulated. But the key thing is to understand what's actually going on the ground.
Okay, I mean, again, like I said, that's one of the things that came up today, and
sure,
you're right. And Trump came out, I think it was yesterday, he was saying we don't need the Strait. I mean, we can get oil here other ways. I mean, what do you know that we don't?
Yeah, we're creating more oil than any country in the country right now, in the world. We're the leading exporter of oil right now. And we've taken advantage of our actions in Venezuela. We're working with all of those oil facilities down there. We've got some of our Chevron and so on. They're down there working with the Venezuelans right now, and a lot of that oil is being shipped to our ports in the southern part of our countries along Texas and Louisiana. So we're flowing more energy and oil than anybody right now. So we're fine, but when you look at China still providing support to Iran in terms of intelligence capability, the Russians are still supporting Iran as much as they can, but Putin's very smart, staying out of it as much as he can. So they still have the capability until they raise their hands up and I surrender, and that's what we're looking for, is that day where they do that. Now, they may not do that unless, well, hopefully we can put together the right special ops guys on the ground with the Israelis in order to organize the Iranian people. And then finally, when they've had enough, there'll be an uprising.
Yeah, it's all right. So what does this look like? I mean, if all we do is bomb the crap out of them and leave them decimated here, we're back in there unless we really change. I hate to say it this way, but we change out the regime or give the Iranian people the ability to honestly change out the regime, right?
That's the end game right now. Yes.
Yeah. I again, it would take a lot to take them out, to carve out that cancer, and we need the.
Not really.
Really?
80% 80% of the country are against them. They just need to be mobilized and organized. And I work with a group of Iranians called Cyrus Force. You can Google it, cyrusforce.com. And we're doing a lot there to work inside of Iran and to get them organized. There's one colonel now we know who's retired Army, and he's ready to step forward if we can get the support. So there are things happening inside to help the people organize. Just a matter how long it takes.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's interesting to me because there's so much going on, so many moving pieces. I can't imagine, obviously, trying to keep up with this. And you know, like I said to you earlier, and I'm getting them now. People are texting me some stuff now. It's behind who's in charge in Iran. How do we know that when we make a deal, or if
the regime is still in charge, run by basically those that are supporting the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. They're in charge. We know that. We know the people that are in charge right now. We've eliminated 1 to 2 layers already. So basically, you got a third layer in there that's running things, and they're close to defeat. They're close to giving up. Now, if they don't, they'll go to all early.
Yeah, a question was just asked: why not dig a canal through the Qatar and Oman, like the Panama Canal, and just bypass Hormuz altogether?
Yeah, they're shipping by land now. They're building a new, I should say, capability to move over ground, actually into the North Sea there of the.
Yep.
Oh, I would say if you look south there, where Saudi Arabia is, and so on, they are building a capability, and also over to the Suez Canal. So those countries are funding things now, and they're building those so that they have an outlet other than the Sea of Hormuz. There's a lot, as you said, there's a lot of moving parts going on right now. Keep track of them all.
Yeah.
It's very difficult, but we have a team that is doing that. They track things our intelligence is unbelievable, as well as the Israelis. I wouldn't be surprised if the Israelis launched to take out that third layer of leadership now and provide an opportunity for some special ops people to go in and organize the Iranian people.
Yeah, well, I again, you know, some of the questions that were being asked today around that was exactly that: is how do you weed out? You know, when it comes to regimes like this, you've got little parts and pieces everywhere, and you know, how do you take these people out cleanly? So I don't have any answers for them, but I thought it was just interesting that they were going down the road and doing that.
We know how to do that.
What was the other thing they asked? You know, again, going in there, it's got to be a major league irritant trying to get in there and get with the right people. And then again, you got to get the Iranians. The Iranians have got to step up, and you know better than I do. They have to step up and want this. They have to be willing to fight for this. I hope they're ready. Yeah, I hope they're ready for it. You know, hey, we got to go for a break.
No, they're ready for it.
We got to go for a break.
They're ready.
We'll be back in a
minute.
minute.
Being massacred.
Yep. Hang tight. Be right back.
Okay.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each Pure Ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses Oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215. You've been working hard, doing the right thing, and paying your taxes, and putting your hard-earned money in the Medicare piggy bank all your life. And now it's time to break the piggy bank and get something back. Medicare. If you didn't know it, Medicare is health insurance for people over 65, and you paid for it with your tax dollars. Medicare plans now have more benefits than ever. That's good news, especially if you're like me and looking forward to paying as little as possible for good health insurance. Call and find out what Medicare plan is best for you. Save your time. It's valuable. We've already done the research for you, and in one quick phone call, you can learn how to get the best Medicare plan designed exactly for you. Hey, it's one of the most important decisions in your life. Let us help you through it. Here's our number. Call 65 Plus Medicare now. 800-778-8214. 800-778-8214. That's 800-778-8214.
Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Feel the rhythm now. We should be singing together, you and me. All night, holding hands and moving our feet. We should be singing together, you and me. Come on, baby.
We are now back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, and truly be part of the solution. You're part of the solution when you get the information and you put that information out there. Otherwise, why bother? Again, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. And I do appreciate the time that you spend with me. All right. We've got retired Major General Paul Vallely with me on the line, and we're talking about some of the things going on in Iran and in that area because, frankly and honestly, we don't know. We're getting a whole bunch of misinformation, bits and pieces, and some of you guys have been bombarding me with what the president is doing and or not doing, and what that means. Well, I haven't got a clue. I never was in the service, and I'm sure the general has a clue, and that's why I bring him on. So, General, thanks for being with me. I always appreciate your time with me.
Thank you, Joe.
All right. So, let's get back at it again. Looking at the temperature there in the Middle East. One of the questions that was just asked was, look, you've got the Saudis, you've got the Jordanians, the Iraqis. Why aren't they getting together? As much trouble as Iran causes them, why aren't they coming together to push back, fight back, and get actively involved in this?
Well, right at this point, they're doing all the support operations. The bases and working with the Saudis, the UAE, are bases that are along that area. And so they're basically acting as a support right now. I would put them more in an active role if Trump can do that. And like I said, they ought to get Saudi Arabia. It's just a boat ride over to Karg Island and take that over and secure it. And we haven't seen that happen yet. I've been preaching that for several weeks now. But anyhow, our troops were on our 9th day of operations, take out more and more targets and weaken them. And they're about done. They're on the last breath, so we'll see what happens.
Well, again, let's hope so. They seem to pop out from under these rocks all over the place, and it's just amazing to me, how this happens.
Well, it's a big country. They put a lot of their capability underground, and it's we can only do so much from the air. So we've basically taken out all their military capability. They probably have 5-10% left. That's all.
Well, I think part of the dismay at times is, when the president says we've knocked out all of their, fill in the blank, and then the next day they attack.
Air Force, Navy.
Yeah, and they attack.
You don't see any attacks from the air other than drones. You don't see any Navy operations other than the few boats they have to go out and fire some weapons. You don't see any Navy ships out there. And so their capability is down to drones and to fire on these ships and create havoc, as they've done in some of the nations. So, but that's their end. That's all they got left.
Yep. No, I hear what you're saying. Remember, this is the average Q public who's looking at this and hearing bits and pieces, and they're trying to put it together in their head. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
One fellow was saying that he doesn't believe that we have the information we need to attack because it seems like we keep missing the mark.
Well, that's stupid. No, we've taken out all their Navy, Air Force, Marines, and so on. What do you mean, guy? Get it together.
Yeah, well,
Jesus.
Yeah, I got that. They're again, what they're looking at, what they're seeing is...
That's a stupid question. That is a stupid question. God.
Look, sometimes I agree with you. I agree with you. You got to stop. That's why I would say, get all the information before you open your mouth and speak. Get all the information first.
Exactly.
Americans
are lazy when it comes to that.
All right.
We're really lazy.
Let me see. Are we going to be
on the other hand, people are busy. On the other hand, Joe, people are busy. They're going to work. They're working at their construction site. They're working at the supermarket. They're not watching the news all day long. And so they don't have time to go back to their families. It's understandable. That's why you need good leadership to guide us and lead us to victory.
Well, I don't disagree with you. I understand what you're saying. Like you say, these people are going to work every day. They're hearing bits and pieces. They're victims. I joke. When I was a kid, you remember? Well, you probably remember these. The newspaper stands that were on the corner, right? You had you had to put a quarter in a thing or a dime or whatever it was, but you only saw the headline. You never saw the whole story. So people were victims of a headline. They read and thought it meant in its purity, and they never read the article. Well, they're getting that today. They're getting these tweets or Twitter feeds or whatever they're called coming across their phone on a regular basis, and that's what they're stepping out on without having the full story.
Yeah.
It's sad,
and
but it's true.
These people on the news networks, including Fox, who I was with for 8 years, I mean, these people are all clueless. They just feed what the producers give it, put them on the prompter. That's what they read. They don't have, it's like most of our congressmen and people, they have no in-depth cognitive experience. They're stupid for the most part.
Well,
that's one of the problems in Washington, these stupid people we have representing us.
Well, they irritate me to no end because they swear to uphold the Constitution, and they don't even know what it says.
No, that's exactly right. Those clowns you have in California, my God, get rid of them.
Oh, no question about it. You talk about brainwashing, General. They have so the left has so has so brainwashed their own people that they wouldn't vote for a Republican to save their butts. You've got Steve Hilton now is 28 points behind Becerra, a nightmare of a governor, and all of a sudden we're trailing behind everyone. Now I don't believe all polls, so let's just be clear there.
Yeah.
But even so, I mean, to go from being up so many points to being down so many points, the message that Republicans are dangerous is really holding here in California. Yeah. It's really sad.
Yeah.
So,
it is.
And I'm hoping we can turn that around. I'm hoping that somehow we can get the message out to these people. But it's very, very scary when you think about the left. They own the media. They own the online media. They own the over-the-air media and the airwaves. And very, very scary place to be.
Well, just keep in mind, there's only about 6 states are in that category. The rest of us are doing very well.
Well, I hope so. I hope they come through. Hey, tell us about your organization.
When's the last time you've been to Montana or Wyoming or Nebraska?
Oh. Those 3? God, decades.
Okay.
Yep. No, I hear what you're saying. I know. I mean, the news that I do every night, I'm doing it on major cities like Chicago, New York, Boston, D.C.
Yep. There you go.
Craziness. All right. Tell me about your organization, Stand Up America.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And I would invite everybody to go to our website, use everything on it. We have some of the best intelligence in the world. We have good people working at the foundation. It's called the Stand Up America U.S. Got to put the U.S. in there. StandUpAmericaUS.org. All of our books that Trump uses that we've written on treason and what do we need to do with solutions. And that's what our foundation, we come up with solutions. We did the report to Trump on what he needs to do about South America, for example, and all the drug operations going on. We just wrote the plan for Cuba for the president. So we do a lot of good things. Now, whether he accepts everything, of course, that's he probably doesn't, but that's all right. We at least provide him good intelligence, good information, and we have a good plan for Cuba. We can discuss that sometime.
Yeah, we should, because you said Cuba, and I got 2 texts right away going, oh, are we going to take over Cuba? Relax. Take a breath.
No, Cuba's going to take over Cuba.
Good. They need to take it back. They need help in taking it back. That's just
absolutely.
That's just crazy what's taking place there over the decades.
And we can help them. We can turn that island around in 30 days.
Oh, I believe that. I so much believe that. All right, General, hey, always appreciate you coming on quick notice, and you're always full of great information. So thanks again for being with me.
Thank you, Joe. It's always a pleasure.
All right, Joe Messina, your host. People, don't go far. A lot more coming up after the break. You are listening to the Joe Messina Show, and I do appreciate the time that you're spending with us here on the air, in the chat room, texting, tweeting, and truly being part of the conversation. Because frankly and honestly, man, if you're not fully informed, then I don't know what to tell you. Don't open your mouth. Don't say anything. Shh. Be quiet. Seriously. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. It is the way to win. And I do appreciate the time that you're spending with us here on the air and in the chat room. All right, be back in a few minutes. Don't go far. A lot more coming up on the Joe Messina Show. Check us out, joemessina.com, joemessina.com. And again, we'll be back with you in just a little bit.